Shocking revelation. Japan moved about 2 miles a year since 620 AD. A fast latitude change, as recorded in the ancient Northern Lights events. And in the video before this one, a couple of videos, I just learned this today and I'm still in complete shock. We have the islands of Japan, and it looks like Japan was basically where the beginning of the islands of Kamchatka are today. And it's moved 8 degrees latitude. It was much more north towards the Arctic Circle. And from what the ancient Japanese texts are telling us, they had a very strange phenomenon in the sky, the red skies of a pheasant tail, and the event was recorded to have taken place 1,400 years ago. And the astronomers and geologists have told us, after examining those chronicles, that it could not have been a comet. It must have been a solar storm, a very strong solar storm that caused this. And they came to the conclusion that the people of Japan witnessed this, even though Japan is much lower today and they logically cannot see the northern lights coming down that low, is because Japan was much more north. Japan at that time was at, from what they say, at 33 degrees in 620 AD, compared to where it is now at 25 degrees latitude. That's 8 degrees difference. This is it's an astonishing change of location in just 1,400 years. We'll round it off. It may be a little less than 2 miles since then per year, but I'm not saying that in the past 50 or 100 years it moved that fast, but at that time it definitely moved fast. Now you can imagine the earth changes. I still can't believe it. I really still can't believe it. This is what and I will leave a link below for you. You can read that. But it's moved 8 degrees latitude in 1,400 years, just about. You can imagine what took place there. Here are a map of the latitudes. It starts at the equator from 0, and it goes up to 90 at the Arctic. And the same thing from below down there. Okay, this plus, this is minus. But this is the islands of Japan. There's Japan, the mainland, and it starts at about 25 to 24 degrees, 34, 25 degrees. And it was up there. It started up there. I mean, basically from the northern island of Japan is where it was. And now it's come down 8 degrees. 8 degrees down. You can imagine how much colder the weather was up there. But let's go to our trusty Google Earth. Okay. And these are Japanese islands. So, okay, here we are at the hand. It's here about 25 degrees. Okay. Right there. Okay. And it was up there. 34. They started up there. 35 degrees, 34, 35 degrees. Right there. Okay. So those islands were all the way up there. And we measured it before. Let's measure it again. From 35 degrees. Okay. Oh, I made a mistake. I made it. Okay. Let's go again. Sorry about that. Okay. Roughly. Okay. Roughly to about here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what? 800, 900 miles. Even if it's 700 miles in 1,400 years, that's still 2 miles a year. That's still 2 miles a year. What can I tell you? I mean, this is just, this is astonishing. I can't believe. Can you imagine what took place for this whole thing to come down? How many miles is that? I mean, that's like 800, 900 miles, and the whole of Japan is, okay, I'm doing something wrong again. I'm doing something wrong. Okay. Just about 1.5. I didn't take it from the beginning of the North Island, but it's about 1,500 miles. So that's about half the distance of Japan moved south 10 degrees. Basically, it moved southwest. Can you imagine the movement here? All those years, what those people must have been going through as far as earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, tsunamis, and God knows what they were going through with all those earth changes. God knows what they were going through. Anyway, that's something new. I never knew that. I just learned that today, and I wanted to share this with you. And so we can keep that in mind, how fast Japan went down 8 degrees latitude. This is astonishing. It's just unbelievable the way the earth moves. I guess it moved very quickly at that point in time. And I would imagine that if one were to Japanese and searching the ancient annals of Japan, you would find a lot of geological disasters and earth changes recorded in those annals. Anyway, this we found out from the Northern Lights because Japan was all the way up here. Those islands were starting here, so the end of the North Island would have been somewhere where Kamchatka is. Who knows where Kamchatka was at that point? Who knows where this was? Well, we know that, the ancient Greeks said that, as recorded by Plato, he said that, where's Africa? Okay. He said that at one point the sun was rising in the west and setting in the east. In other words, it was rising past Libya, and setting over Ethiopia. Where's Ethiopia? This must be Ethiopia, right there. We know that Ethiopia is below Egypt because Moses was the prince of Ethiopia. Sudan, where's Ethiopia? Chad, Sudan, where's Ethiopia? There it is. This is Ethiopia right there. So Moses was the prince of Ethiopia. All this was Egypt, this is Ethiopia. So the sun was setting there. So let's put, if the sun is in the same position as it is today, let's see, if we turn the world around, you can see if the sun is, okay, there's Ethiopia, and there's Libya, okay? So there's Ethiopia. It was setting west, Ethiopia would be west, and Libya is east. Actually, it would be more like this. More like this. More like this. Something like that. Okay, there's Libya. The sun would be rising in Libya, setting over Ethiopia. So what do you think? Sun rising in Libya over Libya, setting in Ethiopia, means that we had a pole flip. That the South Pole, where's Antarctica? Well, basically, this area here was the North Pole, and the North Pole was in the south. Not even the south. Siberia was in the south. This is amazing. I mean, okay, this is just too much. I guess now you'll have to go get yourself a glass of sherry or brandy or scotch or something. Because, I think I'm going to pour myself some red wine. Yes, this is a lot of earth changes. A lot of earth changes. That's north, okay. Okay, I just wanted to leave you with that so that I don't shock you too much, but that's a big shock for me. We learned a lot today. And I'll leave links below for you for that. The aurora changes, what the Japanese scientists found, and also, of course, if you have Google Earth, you'll be able to see that on your own. Thank you for your support. God bless you. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.